edition of Strategies, Tactics, and Technique Tip for the Week for MMA. And today's video tutorial is a continuation from last week's tutorial on how to become the Charger archetype style or fighter. And the Charger archetype is a type of mentality, a psychological mentality that is when a person is extremely aggressive and usually are going to attack you full force. They are going to be very relentless, and they're also going to use a lot of forward momentum, a lot of inertia coming at you in here, and try to explode and hit you with everything they have in regards to trying to pick up a lot of momentum in here. So what we're going to do today is give you kind of a tactic and technique to work on if you want to learn how to become more of an effective charger. So a charger archetype is dangerous and good to immediately take a person out, right? In other words, a charger mentality is somebody in here who is going to try to get there as fast as they possibly can in here and cause as much damage in that action in here. Okay, and they're usually going to repeat their actions. They're not going to just hit you once or twice. They're going to hit you, once they get there, they're going to hit you and hit you and hit you and follow you wherever you go in the cage or the ring or whatever environment you're in, okay? So they're not necessarily trying to hit you with the hardest punch. They could, but they are trying to hit you with a lot of shock and a lot of element of surprise, okay? So one of the disadvantages to the Charger is his momentum coming forward, all right? The Charger has to come forward on you in order to be effective. A Charger is somebody that does not back up and retreat. So one of the things that can be used against a Charger is his momentum and his predictability that he is coming, right? He's a train coming in here, a locomotive, and you want to get off the train tracks, okay? That would be a defensive definition of what you want to do with the Charger, is not be head-on with the guy if you can. So this is how to become the Charger. And one of the ways to become an effective Charger is to use forward angular attacks, okay, in conjunction with your footwork, okay? So what makes the Charger effective, if you are becoming an effective Charger in here, is, let's back up a little bit, is that like I said last time in the videos, acquire a stance in here that allows you, here to locomote in here very quickly in here like this, as they get from point A to point B. So with that being said, once you find your specific stance, is you don't always want to, now what I'm saying is that you don't want to come necessarily always straight on center line like this. So in the first video I talked about stepping in with a good, explosive jab cross combination and getting stabilized. And then I added on to it by stepping in a jab, cross, and creating the combat swarm. So you eventually want to perfect the swarm. But the first thing is for the Charger is to get his lead hand, his closest weapon, and closest target, as fast as you possibly can get there in here like that. So we talked about extending the lead out a little bit in here, and then kind of at the same time, kind of loading the rear in here. And then getting a base support that right where you could actually literally fall into the guy in here real fast like that. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the punch and we're going to create an angle. Okay. So if you think about this in here, the pad's at 12, the target's at 12, you're at 6. Okay. You're going to actually on your lead hand in here. So if you're standing this way, southpaw, you're going to use your lead hand. And you're going to use a linear, a cross. Punch in here, a horizontal punch this way. You're not a hook. Okay, it gets there, it's too slow. So if this is your center line in here like this, what you're going to do is use a weave technique. Okay, a weave in here like this, right? Creating a kind of ducking and a kind of a circular motion in here. And what you're going to do is you're going to step forward, okay, into this attack in here, but as you step forward in here, you're going to deliver your technique right as you throw the punch in here. So you're actually going to step forward and throw your punch out as you step forward, and then you're going to weave under your own punch, per se, and then deliver the technique. Okay? So what that does is it keeps my head off center line. Okay? So you can do it, start out by doing it slow, is getting your feet in the right, the key is to get your feet in the right spot. So I want to make sure that when you step forward in here that you're not, stepping so wide that when you go to do your weave, you're out of position here. So you actually have to get your feet closer in here for this charging motion in here. And you're going to step forward with your cross, move your lead leg underneath, and then create your turn. So you're actually going to pop up right on this side of his body, on his left side of his body here, and then come across with your punch like this. Okay, so I line up on the pad, I shorten my base in here, and don't stand too far away. I'm going to step forward as I throw my punch, and right when my front leg hits the ground, I'm underneath here like this, crouched over, looking out of my eyes in here, and then create the turn like that. So your punch is going to fall short, okay, here, like so. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're not trying to duck and weave under as you're in the air, like this. You actually want to get your foot to land where you would basically deliver your normal jab and your cross, and then go under like this. Your foot will step out a little bit in here. So the way you kind of do it wrong would be to kind of start to try to weave as your leg is in the air and before you get the punch out there. So throw the punch and then commit, and then in here like this. Okay? So that's one way you can create an angle in here. The other way you can do it too is you can take the punch out of it and you can step forward in here this way and deliver the blow. But as a charger, you want to get this guy to think, here I come in here like this, boom, and then as he starts to deal with it, whatever his defense is, to go, nope. Like even if he blocks it, even if he blocks a punch in here, right, here's a all of a sudden pop up over here. Okay? But I like to put the punch in front of it first because it creates some kind of barrier that he's got to, or an obstruction that he's got to focus in on in here. So again, here, like so. Okay, now if I do it with my rear hand, my left cross, we would go this way. I would still put my jab in front of it. And I'm going to step out to his right flank in here. So it would be more coming forward like this. And then I would pull this back. I'm going to create my duck under, step out here, deliver the technique that way. Over here, this way. So my feet are underneath me. I want him to think that I'm really going to hit him with my lead hand in here. And I'm in like this. And it's really important that you try to put the brakes on in here. You'll find sometimes your feet move too late, sometimes your upper body moves too soon and your lower body's not there. So you're just going to have to play around with it in here. But the point is to get him to think, that this is coming in here, right, or this is coming, and then deliver the technique. And then from there, see, I got this angle on him, wham, in here like this. So if we go this way in here, I got this angle on him over here, boom. Right now, he's not going to know where the next punch is coming necessarily. It can be coming here, then I can step around and hit him here, I can come over the top, like that. Okay? Get it to you from a different look. So if we go this way here, back up just a little bit, I can also go that way. I can also kind of give it from here, the camera will pick this up, coming forward, there. Like that, okay? If he goes on this side, puts it back in his right hand, go back to the lee side again, come more towards me here, keep coming, there you go. And it would look, so focusing on me in here, it would look more like that. Right here, real strong, boom, like this. Again, I like to use the cross because it's a shorter angle to his head. You could accomplish the same thing with a hook, but as a charger, here, let's put that pen down for a second. As a charger, let's go back this way. I want to be as direct as I can. A charger is very direct in here, and even if he uses an angle, he's still very direct. So usually a good charger, if you're becoming a charger, you don't want to get loopy in here like this, because remember, the disadvantage of a charger is you can be intercepted. And a charger by definition is also an interceptor. Okay? So I come forward on here like this. He can even be throwing a technique at me in here, and I go underneath it here, boom, and I deliver like this. Okay, so he throws a little faster in here, I come in here and deliver that angle like this. But if so like a charger, I can intercept him counter-offensively by getting to the sweet spot that I want to deliver the apex of that punch by letting him attack me, or I can go at him. And as he starts to react to my, my jab in here, right, woo, in here, something like that. And he gets hit with my cross. Or I can go the other way in here, get him to react again in here, like this, bam, in here like this, and then boom, 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 like that. Okay? So that's a simple way to create an angular attack using a weaving technique, and then using a lead cross that kind of comes about 45 degrees across center line like this. Okay? Okay, so that's a drill that you can start, and a technique you can start instituting in your drilling, creating an angular attack while you're charging in. Okay, so the punch that I like to use and recommend is taking your straight, take your traditional straight, straight lefts, or your traditional straight right that comes off your chin in here. Instead of trying to throw it completely down straight like this, you're gonna arc this out more in here, bringing this elbow out to take advantage of the torque that you are in close range in here, like this, right? So if you think about it in here, the closer you are to your opponent, okay, I can't throw a straight right from here, okay, and get my arm locked out here. And what I'm trying to do is, because I'm having the weave into it, I'm on this angle, so now the straight line is not here. Okay, so if we go this way, the straight line is not here anymore. The straight line, because I got an angle, the straight line is this way, coming across this way. Or if I weaved over here, the straight line is coming across this way. Okay, that would be the better, proper vector, the proper line of force to take for this type of punch. Okay, so you want to throw your punches more as you come under, is to throw them this way. Okay, as I come forward in here, right, whoop, and I step over this way, like that. So weave, and you're going to have to step, you just weave, but you're going to have to step it depending on how much your weight transfer. So forward, weave, punch this angle in here. So if its head's this close, here, you're hitting it on an angle, punching across this way, punching across the center line that way. So your X's cross, cross means the technique comes across now. Your X's have to be sharper depending upon the distance. So that's all for today. If you found this video informative and something that you want to look into more, please leave a comment, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next week for another strategy, tactic, and technique tip that help you with your MMA training. Take care.